Hi, we are here today with another episode of our Above the Bar interviews. Today we have Ana Mercado, who is a former Rio Rico High School graduate, as well as a Calabasas Cougar graduate as well. And I think, did you attend Peña Blanca when it was Peña Blanca, or were you at
Mountain View.
Mountain View? That's right.
Mhm.
I couldn't remember which one it was. But so he's been through all of our schools and is currently serving in the Navy on a submarine, and I'm sure we'll get a lot of information about that. But first, I want to thank you for your service. We appreciate you doing that for our country and protecting us and all of the things that we are able to do because of people like you. So thank you for that. So today, again, this is a above the bar interview. What we do is we recognize people that are either current students, former students, members of our community, and the great things that they are doing. And so why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
Yeah, I want to say first of all, thank you for everyone's support because we couldn't do the things that we do without the rest of the country. It gives us a purpose about what our mission is. And I am serving on the U.S.S. Georgia. I'm a nuclear mechanic, and what I do is maintain and monitor the systems on board ship for propulsion and the nuclear systems. Um, and I'm also part of the recreation committee, so I make sure that we have a store on board and coordinate activities so that we can do once we're back on land, just for a little morale boost. I'm also the religious lay leader on board so that I can provide services while we're out to sea because we don't have a priest or anything that goes with us or a chaplain. So, yeah, this.
Wow. Well, that sounds like a lot of stuff, and I'm going to have a lot of questions, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah.
But take us back to, so you graduated from high school. You were one of our top 5% students, and so so you were a very good student.
Mhm.
And then you were heading off to college. And then what changed for you to join the Navy?
Well, I went to college for a political science degree, and I went to Washington, D.C. And I had a really good experience there. But then once I was there, I realized that it wasn't really for me. I've always been like a science person, like in school. So I did some research about some science fields that I could get into right away, and the Navy popped up, and it showed like this really great opportunity. Like you don't need any prior experience or college degree or anything, and then you're operating a nuclear reactor. So I thought that was a super cool opportunity.
Yeah. So you were at American University in
Yes.
Washington, D.C.,
Mm-hmm.
and then you decide, okay, I want to do something different. So now you're on a nuclear sub working with, a nuclear propulsion system, as you were talking about. So completely different than political science.
Yes.
And so, um, did any of your experience in high school with science and those type of things prepare you for? Because I mean, obviously, we don't have a nuclear sub in Rio Rico. So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
what was that like when you first started working in the nuclear field?
Well, we have amazing teachers at Rio Rico, and I really appreciated all the tools that they gave me growing up because now I'm like a really good multitasker, which is super important for what we do. And they gave me like the drive and focus to be able to do these kind of things in such a short span of time.
Yeah. And I know obviously you were a great student, so you worked in a lot of different things within the school system and things like that. So you talk about multitasking. So what is your favorite thing about working on the sub?
Um, I think I really appreciate the opportunity to do something super different. Like I'm a mechanic, and prior to going to school, I had never really done anything mechanical. So I think it's really cool working on all these mechanical systems in like such a large scale.
Yeah. And so what is your rank? I know that that's a question people will have as well. So
Mhm.
what's your rank on the
I'm an E5. I'm a petty officer second class.
okay. And so as part of being a mechanic, do you have to lead people? I'm sure that that's part of what your role is on the submarine as well. Obviously, you have some religious responsibility and also social responsibility, but leading individuals as far as being a mechanic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We have a lot of leadership opportunities actually. We have supervisors for different work centers, depending on like what you want to specialize at the time. Um, and once you get qualified and then really get into your job, into our job, um, you pretty much become a leader to like all the new people because you have to teach the new people that are going to replace you. So um, you just work on being an example for them also.
Yeah. So what's the long term plan for you? How long? So you're going to be going out to sea soon,
Yes.
and then
Hmm.
after that, how long are you out to sea generally?
Um, I can't really talk too much about our
Yeah,
schedule because it's
yeah, yeah,
confidential, but um, I'm at a seagoing command right now, and
yeah.
then I have 2 years left at this seagoing command, and after these next 2 years, I'm gonna go on a shore duty. So we have like a seashore rotation, um, and then after that, I'm not sure. So we'll see where this takes me.
Yeah. So are you thinking about being a career naval officer or naval person, or are you thinking about doing some different things?
Um, I'm still thinking it over. I really like what we do, but it's super involved and it takes a lot of time from
Yeah.
your life. So, depending on if I want to start a family soon or not, we'll
Yeah.
see.
And that and I know that it's a big commitment, and that's why I was just curious of where
Yeah.
you're at because the commitment is so big, and that's why I was starting out by saying we're so thankful for people like you making that commitment to keep us safe, and it's a very big obligation that we appreciate. So um, now going back to high school, so I know you recently visited back home. Um,
Hmm.
and unfortunately, we couldn't get to do this in person. I was hoping we'd do it in person, but I know it was during the holiday break. So, did you get a chance to visit around and see the different things happening at the high school?
I didn't get the chance to go and see it myself, but I've seen a lot on Facebook, and I'm super in awe of how um, like different it is in a good way. You know, a lot of advances.
Yeah, with the Performing Arts Center, new fields, all of those type of things.
Hmm.
So, joining the military, and actually, I meant to ask this sooner, but you weren't part of our ROTC program in high school.
No, I wasn't. No, I
Yeah.
never thought that I would be a military person.
Yeah, and so I was curious because I know we have some students that are obviously in our ROTC program that have gone on
Hmm.
to military academies and things like that. But so it's I know a little bit different. So you talked about some of your teachers and things like that preparing you. What would you say is one of the most important things that you would share with students that want to move into a field like you're in? That they should be focusing on as a student.
Um, I think being focused on um, their tactics in work, I suppose, because if they get a really good schedule and are able to manage their time well, then they can apply that everywhere. Just because teachers not only teach you like the subject matter, but they teach you how to learn and apply things. So to try and see around the course matter as well as what they're learning.
And so one of the things that we've always told our students that we want them to explore and go out and do things. And obviously you went to college all the way across the country, and then now you're taking a whole new adventure. What suggestions would you have for students to not be afraid to do something like what you're doing?
Yeah, for sure. I think people need to try things more. Like I understand that being away from family is really hard. Like I'm really close to my family, so that's very difficult, but no matter where you are, you're still going to have your support group there. So, your family is going to support you wherever you want to go. And at the end of the day, your life is going to be yours, so you should make it your own.
Yeah. So, any other suggestions that you have for our graduates that will be coming up this year? Things that they should be preparing themselves for, or recommendations that you have?
I really like what you said about being able to try new things and just I think people should focus more on like what they want to do, whether instead of what they feel like should be the right thing. Because when I first went to college, which was an amazing experience, I thought this is what I should do. But now I'm doing things that I really like, so it's really rewarding now that I'm doing that.
Yeah, and I think that's great, because I think sometimes we all think that we're supposed to do certain things. And so we put what we want to do and what we have a passion about to the side. So, but again, thank you. I also just wanted to note, if you see behind me, I still have that's one of my favorite recognitions that I have ever received, was being the influential educator. So it's still on my shelf right here. So
I'm glad to see that.
Yeah. So thank you for that. So I know I'm biased by having you do this interview, because you're such a great student all the way back to Calabasas. And so thank you for your time again. Thank you for your service. We appreciate everything that you're doing, and wish you safe travels and success in everything that you do in the future. And we appreciate, and hopefully we'll get to see you back here in person sometime soon. We'd love to catch up. So thank you again.
Thank you so much.